I mentioned when we talked to Judith Collins the other day that, gosh, some ministers just seem to be busy, and catching them with their feet on the ground in New Zealand is quite difficult. One of them of recent times has been Winston Peters, the leader of New Zealand First and the Foreign Minister. He joins us by video link now. Mr. Peters, a very warm good morning to you.
Good morning.
All right, I want to clear a couple of things up that our audience have been really, really interested in. There was a feeling, a perception, wrong, I probably know, that in taking the What is a Woman bill out of the cake tin, you were somehow resiling from that policy in favour of banning fireworks. Was that what you were doing in New Zealand First or not?
I have read this extraordinary interpretation. If they have a look, the bill is back in now, but we've got 52 bills. We've only got 4 backbench MPs. That's only one bill at a time. And so to give it a promotion, we did that. And then some people shot to a conclusion, which they should not do, because we have been at the forefront of this equality and fairness for women. And I'm pleased to see the Olympic Committee agrees with us now at last.
Yes, that announcement out this morning, no unfair advantage. Basically, they're saying, let's get the blokes out of Sheila's sports. Gosh, it took a long time for common sense to prevail there, didn't it?
Well, that's what's breathtaking here, Sean, that common sense has taken so long to work out. Every lousy excuse for it not to be there, and us being criticised as going down. Other parties said New Zealand First is going down a rabbit hole. But yeah, we're going down a rabbit hole to get real rabbits here and destroy them.
All right. I would note, though, on the wider issue of the use of puberty blockers, which are prescribed at a higher rate in New Zealand than anywhere else, we still have no definitive direction from the Ministry of Health or indeed from the Minister of Mental Health, Matt Ducey, on that issue. It is still years on, not being dealt with by this coalition government.
You're quite right, but we're pressing on with it. We took the report from the UK, which was the origin of this matter, was irrefutable, that it's doing enormous damage to young people. And one of these days, they're going to bring court cases in the future for us failing to exercise a duty of care wherever concerned.
Then why doesn't Matt Ducey do something about it?
Because unfortunately, how shall I say it, there is a lack of understanding of fundamental human rights principles here. And it's in our government, sometimes it shows itself, and the officialdom is even worse at it. And our job is to bust through that and make sure we make a change. And on this matter, this is not going to say it's a bottom line, but we have long thought that this is so wrong.
Yeah.
That young people should be given a chance to make up their own mind at a future time, not have irresponsible adults and teachers and sociologists tell them what they should do.
Is that making it a bottom line for campaigning, Mr. Peters? Is that an admission you're not going to achieve your goals in this area by the time Parliament rises for the next election?
No, we're confident we'll achieve our goals, but if we don't, then like everything else we've done, we're setting out legislation, not just promises, not just statements saying we'll fix the law after the election. We are putting out bill after bill, 52 bills saying precisely what we're going to do so the taxpayer, for the first time for a long, long time, will know what they're voting for.
All right. Look, as we've got you here too, I was wondering if you have any thoughts or observations. And you've been here before with New Zealand First and the Tight Five. You know what it's like when there's, infighting in a political party. Any observations, maybe even advice for those involved in what's going on with Te Pati Māori at present?
Well, in my first speech after the last election, I said they were going to be goners. I just didn't think it'd be that quick, but this has become a Muppet show. You remember Fozzie Bear? This is Waka Waka Waka.
Yeah. Do you pick sides? Is it the South Island Maori MPs or is it John Tamahiri and his family?
John Tamahiri and his party have involved themselves in illegality when it came to the census, and it came to the use of the marae, and it came to the use of the over-examination of election day procedures. One after the other, sadly, the MP that was the beneficiary, who, in my view, and the party that cheated Pene Henare out of his electorate, it was a disaster. The difference in the vote on that marae against all of Maoridom everywhere else tells me it was a total fraud. But the Labour Party didn't have the guts to take an electoral petition. They would have won easily. If they'd asked me, I said, take on the electoral petition, I can guarantee you're going to win. But they didn't have the guts to even do that.
All right. So whose side are you on? If you had to pick a side in the Maori Party feud, who would you be with?
Well, I'm not on any side of a party that's racist in its whole establishment. I'm for everybody being called a New Zealander regardless of our background. We're New Zealanders first. Now, no, they're saying that they are Maori, have exclusive rights and exclusive privileges, and they're really saying to us, people like me and Shane Jones and others, Casey Costello and all those people who are Maori in Parliament, you haven't got the right blood quantum. This arrogant, racist thing is being exposed for what it is, and I think they're goners.